What's up, guys? And today we're going to do a reading on Asha Degree. And I always wanted to read this child for a long time because I felt her energy and I'm always drawn to read her case, but I just never got around to it. But I do feel like there's a lot of manipulation, there is a lot of deceit around her case, period. And I really feel that the people who took her are, everybody knows who took her at this point, but for some reason they have not been arrested yet. But let's see what the cards say about Asha Degree. And today we're going to be reading for our true crime oracle. And Asha has been missing. Well, she's not really missing. Those people have her, and I believe they're not telling the truth. She might be in their backyard, but let's find out about her. So let's get started. The victim was engaged in unusual behavior prior to the crime. And so that, to me, that talks about how she was walking on the side of the road and how she snuck out of her house and how she went out. To me, I mean, that's kind of unusual because why would a child be out by herself? And so I feel like that was something out of the ordinary for her. And the killer, they had something belonging to the victim. Remember, they had found the backpack and stuff, her items near the dead man's house. And so, yes, that's what they're talking about. They did, I think the father and the daughters don't live that far from her. So they found her items not too far from their house. And important details are not revealed to the public at this time. I do believe that they know more about these people than what they're telling people. So I feel like they have more evidence, but they have not released it to the public yet. And so we're going to move on to the crime time oracle. I really feel like they know who did it, but for some, like I said, for some reason they're stalling on arresting these people. The father needs to go to jail, and so does the two daughters. They're all in it. And I felt like the father did it because his daughters are minors and he didn't want his daughters to get in trouble. At the same time, you know, you took somebody else's child from them and you should be held accountable. But, you know, like I said, you know, white privilege, it shit happens like that. Sometimes black children never get justice. But let's continue. And they're talking about where, an overpass, a bridge. I did feel like she was near some type of water. Maybe not really water, but some wet place. I feel like where she's at is wet. It's kind of shallow. I feel it like dirt area. I'm feeling like it's kind of grassy, but not a lot of grass. It's kind of like flat grass. It's kind of dark brown. I believe where she's located, it's not that far off from where these people live too. And why? They're talking about why he did it: selfishness, jealousy, revenge, resentment. But we all know it was selfishness. Instead of like them picking her up and trying to go get the child some help, they took her and they dumped her somewhere. So I felt like that was a selfish move, what they did to her. Instead of just telling the truth, they hid her body out because they didn't want to go to jail. And so you're talking about why, greed, excitement, depression. So I really feel like they were in a panic and because of their choice. And I felt like that was the wrong choice. And they know it's the wrong choice. And I did feel like they disposed of her body. They disposed of her body after they made that decision. I mean, they said that the girl was walking on the side of the road and then she got possibly hit. I believe that. I believe they hit that little girl. And they knew they killed the girl, but they didn't want to take the girl to any hospital or nothing. They wanted to cover the shit up. And what happened? Violence, rape, held hostage. So this is, to me, this is the kidnapping. Well, not kidnapping. They're just moving her body around. This is what this card is referring to. So yeah, these people, the Deadmans, did move her body. It's right here. That's what happened. So what happened on the road is what happened. They took her somewhere and they disposed of her. And like I said, where? Water, lake. This is something I've been saying too. I've been feeling. I feel like she's near some water. I feel like maybe not a deep water, but kind of like shallow. it's kind of like a muddy area. Like I said, it's muddy. It's not a beach, but it's like a lake area. She's near somewhere moist and wet. And it's going back to what happened again. I guess Asha Degree wants her story to be told. She wants the truth to come out, and it's all lies. She's saying that her spirit's talking about they're lying. They keep lying about what happened, and I feel like she wants the truth to come out, and it's going to come out eventually. It is coming out, and they're talking about where she's at, some type of campground, some type of area where it's surrounded by trees, possibly a lake or something. She wants to be found, and I think that they're going to find her pretty soon if they already don't have any clues. I think they do, but like I said, they haven't told the public yet. Even when I turned on my spirit box and I asked about Asha Degree, it was like so active. So yeah, I really think that they know. People know what happened, but for some reason they're not telling the public. Let's continue, and they're talking about what happened to the victim again. She keeps on like reiterating the story, like this is what happened to me, this is what happened to me, the violence and stuff. Like they hit her. She's talking about her getting hit, and so she wants people to know what happened to her. Like, hey, she was walking alone, and they came out and hit her, and they disposed of her instead of just going and get her help. And who did it? It's a male. Maybe the father did it. Maybe the father dumped the body, but it's definitely a man. It's an older man, maybe 40 and up. But this is an older person that was assisting in this crime. And I feel like he also took her to another place before he dumped her body. So maybe some type of building, some warehouse, some type of like shed or something. Maybe he made a stop before he finally just dumped her. But it's talking about a female too, under 40 years old. This is a younger female, so this, to me, this is a daughter. She has something to do with this too. They all have something to do with this. They hurt this child. And what happened? Unconsciousness, drowned, asphyxiation. So I feel like they did dump her body, and she probably would have been still alive when they dumped her body. But if they did dump her in water, she probably drowned from being dumped. I really feel like her life force wasn't gone just yet when they dumped her. And because, you know what, they haven't even found her body yet still. So that's why they're saying it's a homicide. They know it's a homicide. They have not found her body. Let's draw another one. And they're talking about what happened again. Car, boat, plane, bus. And she's talking about what happened to her. So basically, Asha is telling me what happened to her over and over. This is what they did. They hurt me, and they dumped her body. And we're going to pull out few more cards for one more deck. Let's see. The hidden agitator. An individual secretly incites unrest or conflict leading to criminal outcomes. This is a person who always getting involved in something. I feel like this is the father. He's very, like, trying to cover shit up. So I really feel like this is the father, what they're talking about here. Because, you know, like I say, he knows what happened. The unseen agitator. A mysterious figure stirs conflict behind the scenes. So I really feel like there's somebody else involved. They're not seen. Maybe the mom or something, but there's someone besides the two daughters and the father that's involved in this. Maybe the truth is going to come out soon, but it is what it is. There are more people involved in this. I feel like more people know what happened to her, but they're not being truthful. And hidden truths about a criminal network are exposed, revealing illegal activities. I really feel like what they mean by network, I really felt like there was a bunch of messages that was sent to people, maybe some text messages between a bunch of phones. This is what I'm feeling. And I feel like they talked about what happened, you know, what they did to her. And I feel like some people that received the message is going to end up telling on them soon. So I really feel like there are multiple people in the group that knows what this man and his daughters did, but they haven't came forward yet. And I feel like they are going to come forward with a piece of evidence. And so let's draw another card. A criminal hides behind false identity to evade prosecution. I really feel like, you know, like I said, the father is helping them evade something. To me, this card is saying that he's trying to basically prevent his daughters from getting caught up. So I really feel like this whole case is a lot of deception around it. And so basically they did harm this child, and they're going to be held accountable. But like I said, her body is going to be found, but it might be found near a wet area. And so, but that's all today. Until next time.